Hi and welcome to the channel How to Open a Nursery in the UK. In this video we will go through the best educational toys you can get for your nursery, home childcare or even just your child at home. We will learn the top 5 toys that get the most engagement from the children at my nursery so that you can be sure that you get some toys you know your children will love. A quick reminder of who I am. I've been running the nursery in London for over 5 years, starting from my home before opening my own 50-place nursery. I now teach people like yourself via the course Open Your Own Nursery in 6 months. So if you're looking to open your own nursery in the UK, then make sure you click the link in the description at the end of this video to enroll on the course. If you are new here, make sure you click that subscribe button to continue to get a better understanding of how to open a nursery. I will continue to post videos to help you learn more. And if at any point you find this video useful, make sure you hit that like button. Throughout the video, I will go through the top 5 items and toys at my nursery which the children get the most engagement from. These are toys which the children can't stop playing with and absolutely love. I will also give you a chance to see them using them, give you some of the benefits from it, and show you where you can buy them the cheapest that I found. With all these items and links, none of them contain any affiliate links. I'm not getting paid to recommend any of them. Unlike some other videos, these are just generally the toys the children at my nursery just love to play with. Now I always say the biggest resource in educating children and getting children involved in using the toy is yourself. And if you're running a nursery business or any other business involved with children, then that includes you and your staff. You can get a lot of learning and engagement from even the simplest toys if you are aware of how your child likes to learn, their interests, and what, if any, the learning objective is. This is why I always stress to people that are opening their own nursery, you don't need to spend thousands and thousands on nursery resources in order to create and run a good nursery. Generally, I feel as soon as the item is targeted towards nursery, it doubles and even triples the price, meaning nursery resources are very expensive. That's why it's so difficult, especially when starting out, to know what to buy for your nursery. This is a similar problem when becoming a new parent. A lot of baby toys are so expensive and they are pushed as a must-have. Both parents and nursery owners end up spending way too much on resources they don't really need. So I thought this would be a good video to make, as there is nothing worse than spending loads on resources and having your children being so uninterested in it. This recently happened to me when I bought this. This was a soft play item I got to encourage the younger ones to climb, crawl and stand up. This was because a few of them had recently started climbing, so I thought they would love this. It cost me almost £70 and is now unfortunately just sitting in storage. I was so excited for the babies to use this as well, but they just wasn't bothered. I was also asked recently, what is an area most new nurseries overspend on and could save on? And this was the first area that came to mind. That's the main reason why I wanted to do a video listing my 5 favourite items for nursery. But I also want to remind you that the biggest resource you will have is not what you buy, but who you hire and invest in. But back to the toys. The toys listed in this video are all great value and are toys or resources that the children all naturally draw to. All the toys listed I believe can be used by children of all ages, from your baby room to your toddler and preschool rooms. So let's get straight into this. I want to mention that the list of toys are in no particular order, and if you already own any of the resources that I list, do let me know in the comments and let me know what you think of them and whether your child or children love them as much as mine do. The first toy or item that I want to state is the soft play bricks which I got from Gompels. All of our children love this when we bring them out for them. Generally we use it to do building, we use it for role play. One of our children's dad is actually a builder too, so he's always teaching us new words and ways to use this. It's really good as it gets all ages involved. The younger ones like to hold it to stack a small tower and then knock it over, whereas the older ones try to get more creative and build structures with it. One of the favourite things they try to do is to see who can build the highest tower. This really gets the competitive and creative side out of them, as some will build with strong bases and others will try to balance them high. We then either count how high they make it or use tape to measure the height, which also helps encourage early maths. Another game we like to do is to create mini towers and use the ramps to roll cars down and try to knock the towers over, a bit like bowling. The toy is marketed at age 3+ as the younger children can bite pieces off, though we do let younger ones use these under supervision. So I hope I don't get comments saying this is unsuitable for under 3s. This is just a great item for developing children's motor skills and creativity. As I said before, this can be purchased from Gompels. You get 25 bricks for under £50. You can click the link in the description to try and purchase them. They were sold out last time I checked, but they might be back up now. I found these cheapest on Gompels, though you can purchase them in other places like eBay, Amazon, Bambino Planet. So if it's still unavailable and you can't wait, you can get it from there. Though when I did check, they were more expensive on the other sites. The second resource I would recommend, and if you're a part of any nursery or childcare groups, you will know that this is something it seems every nursery has, which is a Tuff tray. I don't know what it is about this, but it is such an amazing resource and it is a definite must buy. We have one in each of our rooms and it is so great for creating open-ended play. We also have one in our garden. I even bought one for my 2 sons at home. There are so many things that can be created from them. It's great as you can use it at different levels. We have it on the floor sometimes for the babies to get really messy in and do different activities, on the table where the children sit and use them, and sometimes higher up where they can stand and use it. It's such a great resource as it allows you to do lots of messy play and it's very easy to clean up afterwards. I could go on about the numerous activities you can do with it, though if you are involved in any nursery groups or forums like on Facebook, you'll be aware of how useful it is and the different things you can do with it, though some of the things you can do are shown on the screen. We've used it to do painting, made ice cream displays, there's just so much. Though when you are searching, be careful when purchasing as there are small ones available for cheaper and it's difficult to tell the difference on some listings. As I was going to say, the price for a full one is roughly £15 to £20. But the cheapest we found for the full size 1 meter by 1 meter in black is on eBay, where we got 3 for £36, which works out at £12 each. Learning through play is the main focus of the EYFS. It's all about making learning fun. These trays provide a focused area of play with the contents relatively contained. Setting out inviting activities with cognitive and physical challenges has a significant benefit to early childhood development. It also gives the children the opportunity to explore and discover independently and fosters their creativity and imagination. The large trays encourage group play, allowing numerous of children at once to join in the activity. Playing alongside each other is a great opportunity to build social skills, confidence, and speech and language development. The size and the shape of the Tuff tray means children are free to move around the tray and explore the activity from different angles and different perspectives. It also gives the children the freedom to explore at their own pace as it requires less supervision, it engages curiosity, and as mentioned, the tray is easy to clean up afterwards. Though how good this item is depends really heavily on your staff's ability to create engaging and stimulating trays, which is why I stress how important it is to invest in good staff as opposed to lots of expensive equipment. Though as there are lots of different examples available online, it shouldn't be hard to come up with different tray ideas. I have linked the 3 Tuff trays for £36 in the description. The trays are very durable and I've had mine since I've opened my nursery. But moving on to the next item which I recommend is a role play kitchen. This is a great resource and again is used all the time by the children in the nursery. It is used every day by our children and we try to set up different activities around it. If you are going to purchase one, opt for a wooden one as opposed to plastic ones, as it is likely to last longer. Our kitchens are used by all ages and it encourages the younger ones to pull themselves up and stand whilst leaning or holding onto the kitchen. The older ones love to use it for role play. As it's out all the time, it is also a useful room separator, so it helps divide the room into different sections. Some kitchens that you get come with role play items, though if it doesn't, make sure you get some. It's good to get real items too, like real pots and pans, as opposed to plastic items, though obviously make sure they are safe to use. Children love playing different roles and scenarios in imaginative play. Play kitchens are a particularly popular resource for pretend play as it gives children the opportunity to imitate situations that they are familiar with. Whether they're playing the role of a head chef, waiter, kitchen porter or parent at home, play kitchens allow children to imagine themselves in new roles and cook up exciting scenarios. Kitchen roleplay isn't just a fun activity for children, it also benefits children's development. Young children learn through play and are always exploring and experimenting. You can get kitchens of different sizes depending on the amount of space that you have. The prices of these items range from anywhere from £50 up to a few £100. As you can get so many different types and sizes based on your space, I won't recommend a specific one in the description, though do try to steer away from any plastic ones. You can get extensions added to your kitchen as well, like a washing machine, dishwasher, which all help to extend play. Kitchen roleplay is an exciting and fun activity which stretches the children's imagination and enriches their creativity. It gives children a chance to concoct their own imaginative recipes and explore different pretend ingredients. They enjoy experimenting with various pretend utensils and appliances to create imaginative scenarios, either mimicking actions of adults they have seen or formulating their own uses for the objects they use. It gives children an opportunity to express themselves creatively and engage in storytelling. Children vocally enact the role that they are playing, which enables their language development and communication. Kitchen roleplay widens a child's vocabulary as they begin to learn the names of new objects and foods, whilst also using new verbs such as cook and stir, and opposites such as hot and cold. Play kitchens encourage the little ones to engage in play with other children, which enhances their social development. They create discussions around who will play what role, what they should cook, and how they are going to do it. This inspires children to work as a team and cooperate so that they can get the job done quicker, encouraging them to share, take turns, and listen to other people's opinions and ideas about what to cook. Children typically enjoy the process of organising their pretend kitchens, determining different roles and organising different food types into sections. They tend to discover that kitchen play becomes a more enjoyable activity if their play kitchen is organised. Children may store their pretend ingredients away in cupboards and neatly organise the plates and cutlery for their guests, all whilst planning what they're going to cook next and who will get what meal. When children engage in kitchen roleplay, they are acting out real life occupations and situations they are familiar with. This teaches children the basic cooking and cleaning concepts, which enrich their understanding of the world and develop their life skills. Whether they're pretending to set a table, wash the dishes, or bake a cake, kitchen roleplay tends to heighten their empathy for others because it gives them an insight into what it would be like to cook in the kitchen or work as a chef. By providing children with their own play kitchen, it gives them a sense of independence, which increases their self-confidence. They fully adopt the role of working in the kitchen and become responsible for keeping it clean, organising their belongings, and caring for the different items in the kitchen. When children undertake real-life kitchen roles and play superior roles such as head chefs, they also start to develop great leadership qualities as well. Kitchen roleplay enhances a child's cognitive ability and problem-solving skills. If problems arise, such as a fork going missing, it forces children to come up with a solution, whether that is substituting the fork for something else or going out of their way to find the lost item. Play kitchens also help to improve a child's numeracy skills. Children may count how many plates they need, weigh ingredients, or count how many minutes the food needs to be in the oven for, which all enhances their mathematical learning while they play. Play kitchens give children the opportunity to identify new objects and food. You can stock play kitchens with a variety of items, which also gives children the chance to categorize different food types and utensils. By promoting different types of pretend food such as fruit, vegetables, egg and meat, it encourages children to make healthier food choices also. They imagine the food they have cooked in appetizing scenarios, which tends to encourage them to try eating that food in real life. Play kitchens also help a child's fine motor skills as they are picking up accessories in their kitchen and using the tools in play situations. Overall, there are just so many benefits of a roleplay kitchen, and I definitely recommend it to your nursery, and I hope the list of benefits has encouraged you to buy one if you haven't already, whether that be for your nursery or even just at home. We have one in each of our rooms, and you can also get a mud kitchen for your garden which has similar benefits. But here they can make their own food using things in the garden like mud, sand, water, leaves, etc., which is great for messy play and exploring. As you may have noticed, none of the toys mentioned so far are the typical bright coloured, noisy toys or activity toys you may usually see recommended for home or other videos like this. This is because there is a push for a lot more natural toys that are wooden as opposed to plastic. This is both because of the sensory benefits of wooden toys, for example feeling something natural and the different textures you get from that, as well as the environmental aspect of recyclability and the overall aim to reduce the amount of plastic we use. Also, generally the plastic toys, like the activity cubes that you can get, don't typically get long engagement, and it doesn't allow for child-led open-ended play. You usually have to complete a task, and once that's done the play stops. It just doesn't allow for each child's uniqueness. Also, if you're running the nursery, you need to be aware that some of these toys can cause a sensory overload for some children, as they can be loud, repetitive and bright coloured. They're usually fine for at home, but for a mixed setting with different needs, they aren't usually the best. And I found personally that children rarely engage with them a lot, especially in nurseries, and if they do engage with them, they don't engage for a long time. The one toy that I would recommend that arguably fits this category is the little Tikes bus. This toy is probably the toy that causes the most arguments at nursery. We currently have 2 of these as well as a few bikes, but the children are always fighting over these 2 cars. They just love them. This is one I loved when I was young too, and has definitely stood the test of time. I've seen these in loads of places. They usually cost around £50 brand new, though as they are so popular and durable, You can usually find some good second-hand ones on various resale apps. Again, this toy has various benefits. The children love racing each other in them. It helps improve their physical mobility and risk management. It's such a sturdy toy that I know your children will love too. The final toy you should get for your nursery are musical instruments. Again, this is something all ages can use, though some extra supervision will be needed for younger children. Make sure you get some good quality ones though, preferably wooden, as the children will end up playing with these quite roughly. For example, they may do drumming with it, and some of the shakers or the bells that come with it can be quite dangerous. The cheap ones especially are very dangerous when broken, as some have bells which are a major choking hazard. So try to get ones with good reviews and that look quite strong. You can get sets of musical instruments from many places. Just make sure you separate them to the appropriate age groups. We use these in circle time when we're singing different songs. We do stop and start activities with it, counting and learning rhythms. There's lots you can do with them. Or you can just let children loose and use it to make their own music and experiment with different sounds. Your children will love them. Lots of studies show that music has a profound effect on children's mind, especially when making their own music. Musical instruments help to build fine and gross motor skills. Experimenting with musical instruments promote physical development in a variety of ways. For example, drumming with an open hand can help build gross motor skills, while learning to tap each finger on a piano or hold a drumstick strengthens fine motor skills. It also helps to support sensory development. Movement, balance, hearing and touch are all involved as your children learn to hold and play different instruments. They begin to understand, for example, that banging a drum slowly and softly creates a different sound to banging it quickly and forcefully. It helps to enhance children's hand-eye coordination. Playing with a piano or drums continuously engages children's hand-eye coordination skills. It teaches patience and perseverance. As children engage more in the instruments, they learn how to use the different instruments, teaching focus. Mimicking things that create a simple beat can teach the children patience and perseverance and give them a sense of accomplishment. As naturally children will want to use the same instruments, it will teach them and encourage turn-taking. Musical instruments also help to accelerate brain development. Research says that children who play instruments tend to have a better language development, speech perception, sound processing and reading skills. So it's not just great for children to play with it, it is also an educational tool. So if you want some genius kids at your nursery, musical instruments are a must. You can get a good set of wooden instruments from as little as £25 to £30. They can be purchased from anywhere like on Amazon or eBay. I recommend getting a few sets as they will be very popular with your children. So those are the 5 must buys for your nursery. If you have any of these items, do let me know in the comments. I would love to know how your children engage with them and whether they're as popular with your kids as they are with mine at my nursery. I'm always looking for new resources too, so if there is a toy that you recommend, do say so in the comments. I'm sure others would love to hear about it too. As I mentioned at the start of the video, if you're planning on opening your own nursery but need some more support, then make sure you enroll on the full course Open a Nursery in just 6 months without a massive budget. The course teaches and guides you through the key steps needed to open your own nursery. You start off by researching your chosen area to make sure there's sufficient demand in order to make sure that your nursery is successful. You then start looking for your building, learning how to find your building and what legal requirements you need to stick to. Then you will learn about running the business, how to pay tax, register as a sole trader, partnership or company, as well as how to secure funding and write your business plan. Next, you'll learn how to do HMRC and recruit and pay staff, including learning about racial requirements. Then you will learn how to register with Ofsted and what documents you need to fill in. And finally, you will learn extensively how to market to children. This is the biggest part of the course and arguably the most important. You will learn how to create your own website, learn a bit about search engine optimization, and lots of other ways to market your nursery. It is a practical course, so by following the steps and completing the task, you will end up owning your own nursery. So join over 100 other students already enrolled on the courses by clicking the link in the description. It is already discounted from £997 to just £249.99, but you can get an extra 10% off using the discount code YouTube1. So if you want to take advantage of this low price, make sure you enroll before the discount expires. Just click the link now. But don't forget, if you have any other questions regarding the course or opening a nursery, then you can contact me at nurserycourseuk@gmail.com. I want to thank you for watching, and if you found this video useful, make sure you click that like button. On the screen now are some other videos to help you open your own nursery. You can click one now to continue learning, and again, I wish you all the best in opening your nursery. God bless, and I'll be here to support you on the course, or I will see you on the next video.